Hello, my name is Sarah Kim and I will be your video tour guide in Beijing. Beijing is one of the oldest cities in the world, and it is now the capital of China. Despite its economic and technological developments in recent years, it is still a city with deep traditions, beautiful arts, and amazing history. Our tour of this northeast city will consist of the Forbidden City, Temple of Heaven, Tiananmen Square, and the Great Wall of China. First stop, Forbidden City. The Forbidden City is the translation of the Chinese name Zhizhenchang, which is literally Purple Forbidden City. Forbidden refers to the fact that no one could enter or leave the palace without the emperor's permission. A total of 24 emperors lived in the Forbidden City. It housed 14 Ming emperors and 10 Qing emperors for almost 400 years. Built in 1406 to 1420, the complex consists of 980 buildings. The sheer size and symbolisms of the city represented their belief that the emperor was the true Son of God. The palace complex exemplifies traditional Chinese palatial architecture and has influenced cultural and architectural developments in East Asia and elsewhere. The Forbidden City was declared a World Heritage Site in 1987 and is listed by UNESCO as the largest collection of preserved ancient wooden structures in the world. Tiananmen Square is located just south of the Forbidden City, and it was originally one of the gates to the palace. The Tiananmen Square was originally designed and built in 1651 and has since enlarged to its current size in the 1950s. The tomb of the Mao Zedong and National History Museum are located in the square, and they attract millions of visitors every year. In 1949, on the balcony of this gate, Mao Zedong proclaimed the beginning of a new nation, called the People's Republic of China. The temple complex was constructed from 1406 to 1420, during the reign of the Yongle Emperor, same time as the construction of the Forbidden City. The complex was extended and renamed Temple of Heaven in the 16th century. This magnificent building here is called the Hall of Harvest. Once a year, on the winter solstice, the emperor would perform sacred rites here in order to act as an intermediary between heaven and earth. The surroundings of the Temple of Heaven are now a very popular place to sing, dance, and perform many interesting acts. Next up, the Great Wall of China. The Great Wall of China, which spans over 4.5 thousand miles, has been called the only man-made structure that is visible from space in low orbit. During the time of the Warring States period 2,000 years ago, various states constructed extensive fortifications to defend their own borders. To withstand the attack of small arms such as swords and spears, these walls were first made mostly by stamping earth and gravel between board frames. During the Ming Dynasty, however, bricks were heavily used in many areas of the wall, as were materials such as tiles, lime, and stone. More than 37 miles of the wall in Gansu province may disappear in the next 20 years due to erosion from sandstorms. After many centuries, much of the wall is now in disrepair, and only some portions north of Beijing and near tourist centers have been preserved. How sad. Any trip to China can't be complete without sampling famous Chinese cuisine, but some of the most interesting delicacies come out at night. If you have a taste for some alternative sources of protein, you are in for a treat. How about some crickets, scorpions, larvae? On a second thought, I'll take 2 fried seahorses on a stick. Modern Beijing is what many people call the perfect balance of old and new, history and progress. But any way you look at it, it is one interesting and fun place. Thank you for letting me take you on a brief but fun adventure of the city.